Yo, Amber, how's it going? Hmm. Hey, Golden, how are you? Yo. Absolutely obliterated. But I did use a lot of anima. The cinematic camera makes such a huge difference in terms of how good some of these things feel. It's my favorite food. Hey, wizard. Breed. Oof. Oof. My favorite food. That's really tricky. I don't know if I have a single favorite food. I have like a class of foods I like. I like stuff like pizza. Pizza's nice. Paninis are nice. Love a lot of Brazilian food. I love a lot of Indian food. It's really difficult for me to just say one thing. Oh, like actual authentic Italian pizza. Oh, so good. So good. I still remember when I went to Italy with my family. I like fell in love with Italian food when I got like €1 bruschetta or bruschetta, however it's pronounced. It was so good. Do I like Brazilian food? Yeah. Yo, been away this period, missed your lives. How you doing, Poofer? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I haven't been to Brazil. By the way, you really look like Arabic people. Fucking how? I'm Indian, dude. My family comes from India. But I do come from like a Muslim family, so there's that. What did I eat in Brazil? I haven't been to Brazil, but Castle's Brazilian. So like I'm used to eating things like feijoada, pão de queijo, for example. What? Missed the Azuna. Yeah, my former mother-in-law, she makes a lot of really good, she makes a lot of great food. Like I've had brigadeiro, for example. Maybe because you're a Muslim, because I don't know, but as a Muslim, when I see another Muslim, I feel kind of related. It's kind of weird. Yeah, Positive Cage was so good. Yes. I don't like it as much because there's too much cheese for me, which is weird because I love cheese pizza. So Cass always teases me on how like I have the most inconsistent like food palette, where it's like I don't like cheese, but I'll have an entire pizza. I don't like butter, but I'll have butter chicken. I'm like, it's so good. Or I don't like cheese, but I love paneer, which is like an Indian thing of cheese, basically. So like, it's so bizarre. Y'all talking in witch spells? You're right. It's jutsu. It's international jutsu. Hey, what's up, Grishan? So dry. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, fair. Oof, get oofed. Can you play with Benkei? Yeah, I'll play with Benkei. What's the reason you're not using Baku with these weapons? I don't know. Baku's alright. Like, I don't know, I'm not too fond of the Guardian Spirit skill. It's cool, and it's great for corruption, but beyond that, eh. You look good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where's my boy? Oh, there he is. Okay. Alright, time to get Benkei up in here. Tonfa Switchblade, please? Sure. Why not? Fizz Hatchet seems to be a strange combination. Yeah, it is. I like playing it for that reason. Hooper, what changes do you expect us to see on August 3rd for the feedback? That's tricky. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I expect us to see. Like, I expect them to answer everything thoroughly, but the exact outcome of that, I don't know. So fist hatchets, I like playing it because fists is pretty much pure melee. I mean, that's it. It's pure melee, and then hatchets has a range component to it. So they feel like almost diametrically opposed. And the reason I enjoy it is because they fulfill very different roles. So it kind of trains me to think about combos in a very different light. And then when I think about playing the game and engaging with the game in a very different light, it also opens me up to be much more curious about how to use all sorts of other tools that the game has. That's why I like it. You're expecting one Twitter answer and then 2 months of radio silence, then a bunch of new clips. Hopefully another demo too. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. I imagine it'll just be like 30 minutes of them just answering certain questions and kind of keeping a tight lid on things. That's it. Straight up, that's what I expect. Hey Poofer, I've been enjoying Nioh too, but the submissions I find very boring. Is it necessary to do them, or can I just play the main story? It's not necessary to do the submissions. You can just play the main story. The submissions do have some value in terms of you getting like more skill points, and sometimes some of the submissions can allow you to unlock certain boss fights that are like other submissions. The reason you might want that is because one, the bosses might be unique. And second, some of those bosses will drop skills that you can't get unless you fight them. So, might be worth your while. But if you're just playing for the first time and don't want to grind all that shit, by all means, just play the main story, you'll be fine. The question I had in mind is that, will the samurai and ninja styles share stats and graces, or 2 different builds? Yeah, that's an interesting question too. Because with 2 styles, there's going to have to be 2 completely different types of builds altogether. And in the interviews from the producers, they're expecting people to be like samurai mains or ninja mains. And then of course some people play both, like myself. So how are they going to encourage effectively 3 totally different playstyles? With builds, that sounds like a lot of work. Right, we do equip their gear separately. At least you're not using Kusa. Let me complete my thought. Yeah, the thing is, you never have to switch styles if you don't want to. Like, you could just stay samurai styles the entire time, or ninja style the entire time. Like, the game's going to be designed to be beaten in either direction. So you could theoretically have like a naked character on like half the time and just never use it, which I think is cool. 2 different characters at once, like that's pretty awesome. Alright, so Amber, you're saying at least you're not using Kusa hatchets. I know that combination is definitely somewhat unpopular. I don't know if that's unpopular, but I love that combination. Kusa hatchets is fun. Yeah, I hope it's 2 whole ass builds, and I hope it's actually 3 types, where it's samurai only, ninja only, and then like a hybrid. I'm like, bro, I'm playing the hybrid. Then why burden us with the style shifting thing if they want us to play or main one of them? We could make samurai or ninja Nioh too, and it was good too. I will play both surely. I think what they're going for is just let people play how they want, so and have more options. So naturally, some people are going to prefer samurai, some people are going to prefer ninja, and some people like myself would prefer both. So I'm going to play both. Some people may not like it, so they can have the choice if they just want to stick with that. I remember during the time of the alpha, I would hear so many people say, oh my gosh, ninja style is so OP. You know, samurai style kind of sucks. Oh my gosh. And then I was like, here's some proof that shows samurai style is fucking crazy. Are you nuts? And then I would hear arguments that like, yo, deflect is way too busted, right? And then what kind of would happen is that it'll go back and forth. More people than not have kind of talked about ninja style being more OP. But I'm just like, well, if they're both OP, that's great. That's how I see it. I'm like, both of them feel really good. Right, Rasul, exactly. You can customize stuff. You can and I think that customization is what Team Ninja is really aiming for. Players having more agency in customizing their game experience. Now, if you want to go the samurai style, you can. If you want to go the ninja style, you can. If you want to play with both, that you can. It's up to you. I think Team Ninja, in terms of the creativity department, is damn awesome. I want them to cook, man. Go creative, please. What I've seen so far over the last several years makes me very excited for the future. I'm like, yeah, please. Team Ninja, just let Team Ninja cook. I never thought of having a samurai ninja style. I never even cared for ninjutsu really in Nioh 2 or in Nioh 1. But now in Nioh 3, I'm like, yo, I want to play with jutsu. I want to play with ninjutsu. That shit's fun. This is great. Hey, Sharksu, good to see ya. So, let me answer a question from Asura. Oh, that's cool. If I did finish the game, would I be able to go back and do them? Yes. Nothing is truly missable in Nioh 2. And certainly nothing of value. So you can complete the missions, you can go back into different regions, and you can just come back and complete them at any time. In fact, my first playthrough, like, I kind of just, like, blitzed through it, and then, like, later, on later difficulties, I just came back and did side missions. The replayability factor for Team Ninja games is off the chart. So Eve is asking, thoughts on Spiro Dachi? Very satisfying. Very fun. Yeah, I love that combination too. There are many combinations I like in this game. They all work. I've done Axe and Odachi, just slow weapon play, and it was very satisfying. Poofer is literally doing the meme, like, dad doesn't want the dog, and then family gets the dog, and they're inseparable. Yeah, basically. Basically. Right, I know. At this point with Nioh 3, I'm at the point where it's like, I don't care what it's about, I just want to play it, please. I just want to play. That's it. Just give me Nioh 3. Here, I'll use Yomi. Oh, but I need a key pulser. Damn it. Odachi and Axe almost a Souls-like. Very funny. Alright, can I get a key pulser? Okay, that's not bad. F2B? That's pretty nice. Mesuyaki. I hope in New Game Plus they make collectibles already collected and not like Rise of the Ronin where you have to do everything all over again. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Okay. Nioh? Well, I don't want to use Nioh. Nioh's hitbox is not something I'm happy about. I haven't used Mitsume Yazura in a while. Why not? Yeah, I don't have to do the cats in Ronin. I guess we'll just have to see what comes out for... Aren't I forgetting something? What? Golden, what am I forgetting? Alpha Switchclave? I'll be doing that. I don't want to play Nioh. Nioh's hitbox is not good enough. I'm using Yomi. Ryomen? I can see if I can fit in a Ryomen. Nope, can't. No, I got Benkei. Seto Taisho right here. Not there. Seto Taisho. Yeah, right here. I got it. I got it covered. Second thought, I want Yoki. Yeah, so for the Kodama core, just trade like soul. I think you want to trade like purified soul cores, phantom ones to the Sudama, and you should get it. The wizard's saying the thing I'm worried about is how they'll balance bosses for both styles, with ninja being a lot more mobile. Some bosses might be too hard on samurai only, or ninja style will abuse some fights. And I think that's one thing we'll have to see how they actually pan out. I am curious about that too. But yeah, it's one of those things that time will tell. But I anticipate they are worried about that too, and will want to make boss fights feel good. That's my guess. If I can't equip a boss core, I'll put Seto Taisho on here. Yeah, I might do that. Unless I can put a ooh, I could. Ooh, I very well could. I saw some streamers struggling with the first boss in Samurai, but then switched to Ninja and easily beat them. Well, were these streamers representative of the type... Was their playstyle representative of the way you'd want to play a wizard, is my question. Okay. Now, what did it look like for players like myself? Did it seem like it was relatively equal? One was easier than the other, or what? Or did it seem like... That's what I'm curious about. Realistically, forcing yourself into only one style is pretty obtuse. Like, forcing yourself to only use one stance, we'll have to learn to deal with it realistically, yeah. I mean, some people will, like, as Wizard has mentioned, they'll just stick to ninja style. Many people prefer that, just, like, not have to worry about key pulse. But, like... which was fine. But they missed out on a lot. I'm not here to tell people how to play. I'm like, you play however the hell you want. Yeah, what'd you think of? In further New Game Plus modes, enemies might hit you with the debuff that locks you to your current style for a while. I hope they don't do that, to be honest, but it's possible. Anything that limits me from my options feels bad. Having another character inside you seems weird to me. It is what it is. I think Ninja style and Samurai style are both strong. I think everyone should play how they want, but I must also say, if they only use one weapon and stance, they're missing out on a lot of fun. Yes, they are. I don't think Team Ninja is going to compromise on parts of the game to make single style play viable. I don't think they're going to do that. And the reason I don't believe they would do that is because of Nioh 2 entirely. I don't think anything in this game really has really felt like it's excluded stuff about I think like the only thing I've complained about is like depth stuff, but then it's just like, well, you can still style play if you build. Like, but beyond that, it's fine. I don't think they're gonna do any feel bad compromises. I don't think they'll do that. I'd be shocked. Hey, come on, they got this little shit who loves to do freaking hyper armor grabs. What's the best build in Nioh 2? I'm not the best person to ask about the best builds. That's not really what my channel's about. You can probably find a whole bunch on YouTube. God damn it, Nobu! Do I like beat 'em up games like Final Fight? Yeah. Those were fun when I was a kid. Oh, Nobu, why? I fucked that up. I don't think they're gonna compromise things in Nioh 2. Based on what Nioh 3, based on what I've seen in Nioh 2, with their builds, which are still pretty crazy, and in Nioh 3, where they tossed Blood Edge Demon, didn't really matter what style you were there, did it? This move is so cool no matter what anyone says. So good. That was kind of cool. All right, what did I miss? Let me catch up on chat. I think people also conflate accessibility with dumbing down or lowering the skill, when one doesn't mean the other. Yeah. I don't want Team Ninja to dumb down the game at all. Absolutely not. If anything, I want the game to be more accessible to people so people can learn the game. But, like, I want the challenge factor to be, like, really high, like, in a fun way. I never want that sacrifice. No, like... I want the floor to be lower, the skill floor to be lower, and the skill ceiling to be higher. I want that. That's what I want. Because if the skill ceiling is higher, the way that I see it then is that there's so much cool shit that I can aspire to do. Dude, like, I would love that. I love that. There's so much more fun things I can do. They forget how brain dead you can already play Nioh 1 and 2. Yeah, you can. I played Nioh 1 in a relatively brain dead way for some time. I mean, come on, mid stance, flowing shadow spam was like everything when I was playing. Nioh 2, you can do that. I mean, come on, you have builds like Brick Breaker, which is just, hey, I never die, and I can just spam one skill forever. Shit, even yesterday when I was fighting Matsunaga Hisahide, like 80 to 90% of the time I just did Moonlit Snow. And then like he still got destroyed. Right, they have Sloth on like Ninjutsu or Omio Magic Hit. They've got Loop. I mean, there's so much. I'm not really that concerned when it comes to the fun factor not being there. I'm not concerned about the fun factor for Nioh 3. It's already fun and it's already an alpha. Like just today, I was just like, damn, man, I just want to watch some Nioh 3 footage since I'm getting a lot of recommendations. And I'm like, yo, this looks fun. I want to like mess around with it. I can't wait for the Nioh 3 like combat loop to be fully realized. Oh, I can't imagine what that's going to be like. And that's going to be awesome is all I'm thinking about. All right, so Dingo Ryan, I'm going to pretend you didn't call me that. Are you interested in telling me you about a strategy you can use to stance break humans and not have to engage with game mechanics? Not really. I mean, you can tell me. I probably won't use it. You've been labbing Genbu Talisman launch into Infinite Retribution juggle. Ooh, nice. In my experience, Team Ninja won't sacrifice the end game fun, crazy experience just to make things accessible. In fact, their history has been kind of the opposite. So while I'm not the biggest fan of certain measures that were made to make Ninja Gaiden 2 difficult, I think many players who are fans of Ninja Gaiden can do appreciate where Itagaki was like, nah, we're gonna make it more difficult. Because fuck the player, that's why. So obviously, like, the manner in which the game was made more difficult, I'm not like the biggest fan of, but I think many people do like when it's like, hey, there is more to aspire to, there's more challenge. Because then it's not like their experience is cheap. People want to have a good time. For many people, having that possibility of a challenge can be a lot more fun, like myself. I love that. A good challenge. Again, operative word, good. Like, it needs to be a good challenge. I don't need to, like, the one-shot shit gets irritating. One-shot stuff and just, like, 500 million variables for me to account for with, like, people shooting me off screen. Like, that shit's irritating. It's like, can I, like, play with the game? Can it be, like, a smart type of difficulty, please? I would love that. The one thing I could see compromising to single style players is Resolute, but even then, one, you use it or don't. It's no big deal. Two, even if you like both skills, you might want to keep your skill in Burst Break. Yeah, I tried Resolute, and I'm like, you know what? It's actually irritating for me to hold it to style shift. I like want to do it at the flick of the button, so then I got rid of it. Which is fine. Guess what? It was my choice. that was really nice. I was like, I can pick this, I can pick this, I can pick this, I can pick that, I can customize this. Ooh, actually, I want to get rid of this. Ooh, I don't want to try that. That was fun. Team Ninja's like, here's a bunch of tools. You customize your experience. No harm, no foul. I'm like, great. I like that. I will take more of that. Yeah, I played the Nioh 3 Alpha. I saw with my out of bounds footage as well, like 50 hours. That's a lot of time. Dingo, you don't have the strat. Come on. Since Team Ninja already took the skill expansion mod idea, they should have built-in enemy randomizer would work great in open field. You know, Wizard? What if they do that? What if they do that? We don't know. They might have like a more balanced randomizer, but it could be like, oh, this place can have insert said types of bosses instead. Good fucking luck. Who knows what scrolls are gonna be like? Because now we don't have like stages, we have like entire fields. Could be like, I don't know what they could do, but it's cool. It's cool to think about that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what's possible. So difficult but fair, but without fake difficulties tolerable. What's your definition of fake difficulty? Because I hear the term fake difficulty or artificial difficulty get tossed around a lot. What does it mean to have fake difficulty? Because just raw definition that I would think of, just based on the words, is like it's difficulty that doesn't exist. So what does it mean to you? I've started to think of, for me, like, when I think of difficulty, I think of, like, cheap forms of difficulty, dumb ways to make it more difficult, and, like, smart ways. I'm of the opinion Team Ninja's difficulty forms are much smarter. They're more meaningful. What I used to call artificial difficulty or fake difficulty would be things like, oh, let's just, like, increase the stats. Just, you get one shot by anything. And I'm like, well, okay, yes, the game is harder, but it's not really fun. So then I just started to go, rather than even focusing on dumb and smart ways, because then that's just like subjective. I'm just like, well, if it's the best subjective enjoyment of difficulty, because it's going to be different for different people, what's fun for me? Well, the fun type of difficulty for me is when, well, enemies have different movesets. That'd be nice. They have a more complex moveset. More I have to learn. I'm like, yeah, I like that. I'm like, yeah, I like my movesets. Can you join co-op and throw fire jars at players? I mean, I did that in Nioh 1 like once, and then I was like, dude, this was mean. Then I stopped doing it. So Lucky, you're saying I would rather die to Ren 1,000 times than fight Purple Osakabe once. There are different flavors of difficulty, not all are fun, yeah. And ultimately, I just want to have the most fun. Okay. How hard would the game be if I had longer hair, though? That's a good question. Don't know. Only time will tell. Question is, will we be forced to play as a ninja in the third game? Some footage I saw of Nioh 3 Alpha gave me that impression. The answer is no. In fact, you never have to play as a ninja if you don't want to. You can play samurai style the entire game and that's fine. You can just play as a ninja and that's fine. I personally will be playing with both, because both are fun. So Lucky, you're saying the truth is that fun and difficulty are mostly independent variables in games. They can be sometimes correlated, but generally independent. You can have a game be fun and easy, fun and hard, unfun and easy, and unfun and hard. Yeah. I want fun at all times. Why does Ninja Gaiden force us to play as a ninja? I mean, it's not forcing you to play at all. You could just not play the game. Then you're not being forced. Whoa! For Otake I think with the first lightning thing he does, you want to be like behind him. So you want to be behind like that first little AoE, and then the second one you just need to be close to him, and then I think you're fine. Is there a mod that adds more movesets to the yokai form? No. I wish there was, that'd be so cool. Oh, that's weird. I didn't know that part. As a new player, may I ask, what is the reason to use Brute Burst counter in neutral? Great question. So, I do a lot of attacks in which you can't really take subsequent actions. So, and I can't regain ki. So using a Brute counter to animation cancel helps a lot. So for example, I'm doing a weapon switching attack, right? At most what I can do here. So I'll do a weapon switching attack for Tonfa. That's the earliest I can dodge, right? We'll do it again. That's the earliest I can dodge. That's the earliest I can attack. So, in between that point, I will use a Brute counter to keep my combat flow going. And then usually after I hit with the brood counter, I will do a burst, some sort of yokai ability. So it just helps me keep a constant gameplay flow. Get wrecked. I wish Nioh had a hitbox viewer like some games. Yeah, that'd be so nice. It would be. I would love to see that. Yeah, so Tranquil Edge, that has some like block frames. Demon Thrust works like that. Cuckoo's Call works like that. Spirit Storm works like that. So they're more like guard point type things, I guess that's what they're called. Do I have a favorite weapon to pair with Switchglaive? Switchglaive Odachi is kind of fun. Sword Glaive's kind of fun. I'm not sure. I'm not that proficient with Switchglaive, all things considered. I don't feel like I take advantage of the full moves kit. Like, not nearly enough. Hatchet Glaive is really cool. It is. Oh.
Damn it, I was trying to demon dance that. Not good at it yet. Yeah, I was trying to Kanagi it. It's double the input, so it's a little difficult. I'll try it. May not be as difficult as I think.
It's difficult. I don't know how to do it. I'd have to dedicate practice to it. I think I'll do it another time. Zilak could easily do it. I can't. How long am I supposed to use circle to deflect or L1? The default binding is circle. Well, you want to do the deflect, which is the circle for the most part. The use of the L1 block, so you don't have to get a perfect deflect. Yeah, it's just perfect. It's meant for the perfect timing. Yeah. Unsatisfying, oh well. Yeah, so you want to try to deflect as much as possible, because then you get, what I think they call it spirit in the game or something. You get a lot of that. And then you can use that to like do a lot of your martial arts more, you can cast a lot of magic more, and then it reduces like their gauge as well. So you generally want to do that. Is there some parry mechanic in the game as well? Truth be told, with Wolong, I don't remember. I think there are some abilities that function off of that. But yeah, the deflect, the dodge and whatnot, whatever they call it, that's generally what you want to do to get to for that. R1 plus circle? I don't remember what R1 plus circle is. Cooper, how come you always have so many unused skilled points? Because I don't need to use them. What could I get for Shiftling? I could get some of these, I guess. Maybe I can have more Sudama items. The Scampus duration is probably the best. And then Hasten Awakening. I don't need these. I just have no need for it. So I just don't spend it. Same with Ninjutsu. I don't really use all this. I got 14 skill points. Like, I suppose I think I could max. Can I even max it out? No. I can't max out everything, so I haven't spent it all. Same with Onmyo Magic. I hardly use it. Samurai points. I guess I could get Deadly Eye. I could get Fatal Fists. But I don't need either. And same with all the weapons. It's just pure passives. Just extra attack, which I don't need. So, while it hurts your OCD for the like, oh my gosh, you haven't spent your points. For me, I'm just like, dude, all of these are highlighted. All. That's great. I like that. They're all highlighted. This is fun. And I'll just have to deal with the annoying numbers at the bottom. Yeah, go for it. Whatever works for you, Nim, try it out. Try it out, and what makes the game more enjoyable for you, then I would totally recommend you do that. Alright, I'm gonna try Hatchet's Kusaregama, because apparently that's unpopular. Let's go. Unpopular gaming time. What's up? Yasha, stop being so passive, bro. Oh my god. Well, I was just trying to spark up an interesting conversation. I wasn't ragging on you, just to be very clear. No, no. I wasn't offended by what you were saying. I'm just poking fun. I apologize for suggesting in any way, shape, or form that this was somehow something personal against you. If it's not. No, why you gotta dick me around, game? If anything, you inspired me to play this. I'm very pleased. You sparked up an interesting conversation, which helped me start up an interesting game playstyle. Is Nioh 2 my favorite all-time game? Oh, one of them, yeah. May end up being Nioh 3. Did I get a switch too? No. No, Hayabusa, stop spreading lies. Yeah, these two weapons can feel awkward, but I have a lot of fun with it. Nope. Do I like Axe? Yeah, Axe awesome. Holy key regeneration. Bro, that's... What do you want me to do with all that key? Come here, come here. Oh my god. Oops. Hey Wilder, how you doing? Thank you. Come on. me! Oh my god! Yasha is so passive. So incredibly passive. Oops. Yes, it can be done in Nioh. It's a little more difficult though, because you don't have as many abilities to cancel. You can play pretty fast in Nioh 1 though. Third playthrough, starting to struggle. Yeah. It can get pretty difficult. It gets difficult. Nioh 1, yeah, you can play pretty quickly, but it's very limited compared to this. So there's a couple of cancels I can do here and there, and I can still play fast, but not as fast as I can play in Nioh 2. Yeah, if you want to start with one, go for it. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, you can make a slow Juggernaut character. Act is really good for that. Yeah, you can make a Juggernaut character. Best set for Switchclave Oatmeal build? Honestly, I wouldn't really know off the top of my head. It's probably stuff from the later game difficulties. My character is more suited towards, race inheritance, whatever. My character is more suited to just killing things in a combo type way, so I wouldn't necessarily know how to, like, tell you all the build things, unfortunately. They ruined it with open world, so sad. Why do you think they ruined it? I don't think they ruined it, so I'm curious. What makes you feel that they ruined it? That hurts. Okay. A little too greedy there. Okay, still have quite a bit to clear. I hate how Black Vines doesn't have a key pulse on Yokai even though it does in Nioh 1. I think it's something they forgot by accident. Yeah, probably. Probably. When I played the demo of Nioh 3, was the combat difficulty the same or different? It was different compared to Nioh 2. I enjoyed it more. I enjoyed Nioh 3's demo more. I'm very excited to play it. Does Yokai Key Pulse even really do anything? Yes, it does. Yes, it absolutely does. Activating a Yokai ability when you're able to perform a Key Pulse will allow you to perform both simultaneously. So, let's say you do an attack and it consumes like you have a Key Pulse that can give you like 300-400 Ki back. Well, rather than losing that, you can get your Ki back and use a Yokai ability at the same time. It's very handy. I think it's one of the things in the game that seriously upgrades how much combat flows for me. Straight up. Without it, the game would feel a little disjointed. Alright, imagine if Team Ninja now did some kind of patch, quality of life improvements, or content for Nioh 2. What would you like to see, assuming Nioh 3 doesn't exist? What I would really like to see is more moves added to the game. A couple of soul cores adjustments. So like Nioh's hitbox, if it can be more generous for smaller targets, for example. That would be kind of huge. Hi. If you've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, you'll get this. Gaki Ganjin's goated. Stop. Yeah, different weapons gameplay. I'm playing Kusarigama and hatchets just for a little fun. Alright, time to fight Nioh, and I'll use Lightning God's Ayomi. The pure purpose for key damage. That's it. Use Nioh and Nioh. No. I've done it. It's about as effective as Yomi is, which is to say, no damage. It's like okay for key damage. Oh, oops, I wasn't paying attention in that moment. I was reading chat. Loving it, falling in love with medium stance of Kusarigama Nioh 1. Nice. Close enough. Yukimura is such an annoying prick in Nioh and Masamune too. I know. I know. Yeah, the scaling was a little frustrating in Nioh 1. Especially on the higher difficulties. I'm right there with you. The scaling made it unfun. It's like, oh, I get one shot by everything. Great. Alright, take care, Amber. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate the suggestion for the weapons I played today. Okay, this'll take too long. Yeah, Yukimura was more fun for me, but yeah, they didn't really have many openings, and so it was a little frustrating. I didn't really get to interact as much as I could. The win Masamune was annoying because of reach and instant finisher movements. Yeah, I know. Just charge across the map and stab you. So fun. So fun. I know. It was very frustrating for me too. Here, just for memes, I'm gonna fight Purple Osakabe. For the memes. Hatchets, and I'll do split staff. I'm in a split staff mood right now. Woo! Purple house is purple. How'd you miss? Benkei just fell. Just fell off the stage. Good job, Benkei. Dude, my damage is so shit. I'm gonna be here for about a few years. On my face. Don't let your memes be dreams. Yo, you can fang break like anything. Please don't end stream. I just came, don't worry, it's not over just yet. You still got like a few minutes left. You got like 10 minutes. He is just helping Osakabe with her cataracts. Yeah, no, not 4 more hours. Not 4 more hours. That's not happening. There you go. I fought purple Osakabe once. Dealt with the regeneration. Enough times. Hey, what's up, maid? No, I don't take tomorrow off, Wizard. It's... I wasn't even saying I was taking the rest of the other days off. It's just... Wait, today for me it's... Tuesday, right? Yeah, so Wednesday and Thursday I'm streaming. Just wanted to stop by and say, let us wear a maid dress in Nioh 3, no bias, by the way. Yeah, I got it, no bias. Will I play Ragebound at this point? I'm not sure yet. Right now I'm leaning towards probably not. Glad you didn't play Wuchang though? No. Alright, what can I complete in like 10 minutes? Nah, that'll take too much. Onryoki, I'll take 3 years. I haven't done this one in a while. Yeah, but that kind of gets dry. Are there also any relatively easy tips on how to increase damage output? Yeah, apply confusion on enemies and you'll do 50% extra damage. Just 50% extra damage. That's like the easiest way. I gotta pick a very fast one if I'm gonna do one at all. Actually, screw it. Easy ways to apply confusion? Yeah, use familiar talismans. Onryoki, the hardest boss in the game, also the most underused enemy in the entire game. Yeah, last Gambit Carnage, that'll work. Alright, nothing too fancy. Benkei, thank you for the save. Does Axe or Tonfa do more key damage? Per hit, I think Axe does. Axe has... I think Axe does per single skill, I think. I think Axe can do a shit ton of break, like can do a ton of key damage against enemies that are blocking with Stone Mallet. Rampage, I think, is the highest key damage from one attack, from one melee attack in the game. Tonfa is great for consistent pressure, though. They're both really good. Axe is just super silly. Yeah, Benkei is awesome. I hope I showcase Benkei in a good light. But why do key damage when you can lumber chop? I mean, yeah, that's true. He'll just lumber chop for life. Here, I'm gonna use Axe and Tonfa. How about that? And then you can make your determination. Don't forget, did you try to make Virgil from DNC, or is it a coincidence? I took a character code from somebody else. So it's intentional. Maid, does that please you? Does that make you happy? It'd be even better against a Tonfa Revenant? That's right. Ta-da! I hope that was fun. What killed me in that run? Oh, in the permanent death run? It was just a ninja who was doing his burst attack, but as opposed to getting me, or as opposed to getting Honda, he like zoomed past him and then killed me. Yeah, I was pretty pissed. I was like, oh, he's not gonna go for me. He's going for Honda. He'll try to kill him. Nope. The game was like, nah, screw you. Yeah, that was like the most Ninja Gaiden thing. You're absolutely right. Nioh 3 needs a fishing minigame? Maybe it does. Alright, I got... Oh, I think that'll be good. Yes. It needs a fishing minigame, but you know what it also needs? It needs a fishing minigame with a Tonfa Revenant. Does that make you happy? Okay, Poofer, is it actually a real thing to keep attacking enemies at 0 ki, or is it basically always better to grapple? It's not always better to grapple. That's conditional. So, 0 ki combos are very, very effective at keeping your enemies pressured effectively and indefinitely. But I also do try to get a grapple every now and again. There are some builds that people have in which going for a grapple is pretty much only used to dispel the curse and not really deal damage. Their main damage source is just ignoring the grapple and just pummeling the enemy at 0 ki. Now, stylistically, what I do is I will do both, but I will always try to get a grapple off or a final blow off. Or a burst counter off, like at all times. I will try to get that off. Because it's also cool. I also kind of get bored. Dispel the curse, is that some kind of post-game thing? Oh, you're New Game +1. I kind of just assumed you might be in like Dream of the Nioh. So the curse that I'm talking about, you will tap into much later. So Dream of the Demon. So I'll just talk about this real briefly. Dream of the Demon will introduce Curse of the Demon. This is New Game +2, basically. So, enemies that have this buff, and it's like basically a permanent buff. You can temporarily dispel it, but it'll always come back. Enemies now move faster. Human enemies use less ki when attacking, so they can attack more. And yokai enemies take less ki damage. So, you want to get rid of the curse. The way to get rid of it is to do a burst counter or a grapple or a final blow. So you want to do those to temporarily nullify the effects. Grapples and final blows are overall better. This will allow enemies in some way to regain ki, and it'll change the combat flow. But once you get to Dream of the Demon and beyond, enemies start having more advanced movesets. Burst attack placements for enemies will also change. I think on Demon it's just the bosses that get the change. So, like, for example, Magara Naotaka, you know, like, he does those, like, 7 sweeping hits, right? That's considered a burst attack on the first 2 difficulties. But, yeah, that's just a normal attack. Other parts of his moveset become burst attacks. So, like, your forced to change the way that you engage with enemies. In Dream of the Wise, normal enemies get a more of a moveset too. So it makes it more complex. I think some enemies might be faster. I don't think so though, unless I'm misremembering. When you get to Dream of the Wise, this curse gets enhanced. It gets enhanced. So on top of all the buffs from Demon, there's 2 more added. Enemies will do increased key damage to you, and this is the big one, and they lifesteal. Health is regained when dealing damage. They will steal your life. They will regenerate life if they hit you. So yeah, you want to get rid of that shit fast. On Nioh, they add one other thing. Enemies will steadily recover health, so they have HP regeneration. Now, it doesn't seem that much, especially on Dream of the Nioh, but it is noticeable as fuck in the depths. Because it's percentage based. So, it's percentage based. So if you just leave the enemy alone, they will eventually start regenerating health. And in the depths, especially on the very like final floors, it's like sometimes 1,000 or 2,000 health per tick. Yes, New Game Plus 2 is where things start changing for real, for real. You'll want to get a build for sure. You will 100% want to get a build by then. And you'll really want to tap into greater mechanics. Yeah, really important. So the question was, what is Berserk? Greatly increases attack power in exchange for increased key consumption and key damage received. I think it's like 50% extra attack power, but I think it's almost like double the key consumption, double key damage taken. Now, some builds, so if you like use Limitless, this doesn't matter, so you're fine. Yeah, Maid. Demon and Wise and Nioh is when the game really accelerates. Yeah, this is like when the craziness starts, like really starts. Yep. Enemy placements and levels also changes, so it's quite a dramatic shift. For me, my core experience, I pretty much just play on on Dream of the Nioh. And I have the most fun with it. It's very fast paced. It's very enjoyable. So this attack, for example, this is a normal attack, right? On Dream of the Wise or Nioh, that gets changed into a burst attack. Okay, that burst attack gets turned into a normal attack. But that one where he like slices at you and charges at you, that just becomes like, it gets such a speed up. It's kind of fucking terrifying. What do I think is better, Tonfa or Fist? I think they're both great. I don't really think they're all... I think all the weapons are great. You have to know how to play them well. In some situations, I personally prefer Tonfa. In other situations, I prefer Fists. So no real right or wrong answer. Alright, I think I gotta get going now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see everybody tomorrow. Take care, and bye.